look all around the world, you gon' find no nut of me, baby. Country this shit like gravy. God took his time when he made me.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Brit Brat, and this is my introduction for my YouTube channel. And I just want to get to know y'all a little more and tell y'all about myself. I'm Akari Delaney. I'm 23 years old. Wait. Yo, I'm 24. You know how it be when you growing up and then you still think you're the same age. You know you getting old. I'm still young. I'm still in the game. Like, what? But no, 24, young, wild, and free. I'm a model. I'm an influencer. I'm a brand ambassador. Go spam my Instagram. Post it up. My Instagram, TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that thumbs up. Period. And turn on them bell notifications. So, I'm gonna give y'all a story time on how my best friend became my baby father. I was in a relationship with this guy while I was 17 till I was like 20. We were in a long relationship. He was a little older than me. I liked him a little older. I met him, I was working as a receptionist for this job and taking classes upstairs. I was doing so good, but I was still in a dark place when I met him. He walked up to me, he complimented me and said my makeup looked nice, and that's how we met, and I gave him my number and we went from there. Mind you, he was from Chicago. So anyway, we started talking and stuff and we got to know each other. He liked me so really bad, real bad. So anyway, for my birthday, he pulled up, he bought me all type of gifts for my birthday and just said he outside with gifts. I went down there to get my gifts the whole time. I'm gonna call him Unknown. Unknown is the ex that I was with for a long time. So Unknown was upstairs. I was having a get together with my sisters and shit, family and stuff. He was upstairs though, even though we wasn't really together. He was upstairs. He didn't know anything about it. He couldn't really trip because he was doing him too. You know how I go when you on and off. So anyway, I go get the gifts and he just used to do so much for me. So me and Unknown, it was just like an abusive relationship that I was in with him, and he was very, how could I say this? He was abusive, crazy. He was a manipulator, and yeah, he used to always have an excuse to why he put his hands on me. And no matter what we're arguing about, no excuse for putting your hands on a female. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. So he used to tell his family, I'm calling him this, I'm calling him that. Like, we both used to be saying stuff about each other. Mind you, this is the guy I was in love with. I was 17, he was 23. And we was together till I was 23. Basically 2024 when I got pregnant with my daughter. That's a whole nother story. I'm gonna do a video story time on that when I found out. The first day I found out when I was pregnant. So anyway, we ended up being around each other every day. My baby daddy, who was my best friend, we was around each other every day. We started off as best friends, but he really liked me, but I was just friend zoning him. So he was just showing me how much he liked me. Like, he didn't have a car, so he'll walk miles and miles for whatever I wanted. Like, if I tell him I want something, he will go get it. Like, he was in love. So anyway, he helped me with a lot. I ended up breaking up with Unknown. Like, it got real bad. We got into it. All type of stuff. Like, I fought his family. We ended up breaking up. So I had to break my lease. So I was just so stressed out and skinny. Like, I was skinny my whole life, so I was 10 times more skinnier because I was stressing over him. So anyways, when I met my best friend who became my baby father, which I'm gonna call him Jay started coming over every day, and we were just spending so much time together, and I was in the process of wanting to move because there was too much tension in the apartment from Unknown. So I was like, I just want to move, and he heard me say I want to move. And he walked to this place to get the application for me to fill out for this apartment. And I ended up moving a couple weeks after that, and he helped me once he got into the apartment. And then, yeah, boom. So, it was times J, which is which was my best friend. It was times he would be over my house and I would still be stuck on unknown, and I'll have my sister call me, like act like something happened because unknown is outside. Give me a minute.
3 hours later.
I was in a relationship with him for a long time. We were on and off, and I ended up meeting my baby father. At the time, I wasn't really into him because I was still stuck on the man that I was with, in a relationship with. We were just on and off, but I was single type shit. This is not the lip mask. I'm finna get irritated. I met him, I was working as a receptionist for this job and taking classes upstairs. I was doing so good, but I was still in a dark place when I met him. He walked up to me, complimented me, and said my makeup looked nice, and that's how we met, and I gave him my number, and we went from there. Mind you, he was from Chicago. So anyway, we started talking and stuff, and we got to know each other. And he liked me so really bad, real bad. So anyway, for my birthday, he pulled up, he bought me all type of gifts for my birthday and just said he outside with gifts. I went down there to get my gifts the whole time. I'm not gonna say his name. We gonna call him Unknown. Unknown is the ex that I was with for a long time. So Unknown was upstairs. I was having a get together with my sisters and shit, family and stuff. He was upstairs though, even though we wasn't really together. He was upstairs. He didn't know anything about it. He couldn't really trip because he was doing him too. You know how I go when you on and off. So anyway, I go get the gifts, and he just used to do so much for me. So me and Unknown, it was just like an abusive relationship that I was in with him, and he was very, how could I say this? He was abusive, crazy. He was a manipulator, and yeah, he used to always have an excuse to why he put his hands on me. And no matter what we're arguing about, no excuse for putting your hands on a female. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. So he used to tell his family, I'm calling him this, I'm calling him that. Like, we both used to be saying stuff about each other. Mind you, this is the guy I was in love with. I was 17, he was 23. And we was together till I was 23. Basically 2024 when I got pregnant with my daughter. That's a whole nother story. I'm gonna do a video story time on that when I found out. The first day I found out when I was pregnant. So anyway, actually I'm gonna tell the video. So anyway, we ended up being around each other every day. My baby daddy, who was my best friend, we was around each other every day. We started off as best friends, but he really liked me, but I was just friend zoning him. So he was just showing me how much he liked me. Like, he didn't have a car, so he'll walk miles and miles for whatever I wanted. Like, if I tell him I want something, he will go get it. Like, he was in love. So anyway, he helped me with a lot. I ended up breaking up with Unknown. Like, it got real bad. We got into it, all type of stuff. Like, I fought his family. We ended up breaking up. So I had to break my lease. So I was just so stressed out and skinny. Like, I was skinny my whole life, so I was 10 times more skinnier because I was stressing over him. So anyways, when I met my best friend who became my baby father, which I'm gonna call him Jay started coming over every day, and we were just spending so much time together, and I was in the process of wanting to move because there was too much tension in the apartment from Unknown. So I was like, I just want to move, and he heard me say I want to move. And he walked to this place to get the application for me to fill out for this apartment. And I ended up moving a couple weeks after that, and he helped me once he got into the apartment. And then, yeah, boom. So, it was times Jay, which was my best friend. It was times he would be over my house, and I would still be stuck on Unknown, and I'll have my sister call me, like, act like something happened so I can make him leave, and act like I'm leaving because Robert is cut that out. I'm gonna cut that out because Unknown is outside. So he would be still outside my house. I remember I told him something happened and he left, and he walked in the rain with his TV. I felt so bad, but I was so scared because Unknown was outside and he don't play about me. Like, he was so crazy over me. So I had to come up with something. Like, that man, Unknown would have probably me. So he was walking in the rain with his TV, brought over to my house. He brought his game. Like, I just felt so bad. That's how it is when you just in love with somebody else and you got somebody else around and you really got to get rid of them because, you know, it was just unhealthy. It was an unhealthy situation that I look back and be thinking I'm bogus for. So, but we moved past that. But anyway, me and Unknown ended up getting back together, and then what happened? I got rid of Jay. Jay was kind of being like a little stalker, kept calling me. I was back with Unknown. So me and Unknown, the relationship was bumpy. Like, we kept falling out. It was days we would be good. He would move back in, move out, move back in, be out. Like, we was both in love, but it was to the point where it was dangerous. The trust was gone. Family got involved. I already fought half of his family. He did so much for me though, but he was so crazy. Like, it was just so abusive. He traumatized me a lot, and I don't think he understands how much he traumatized me to this day. He might think I traumatized him, but the only thing he could really say is I put him through, like, because I was still young. Like, when you're dating somebody young and that's what you signed up for. So now that I'm older now, I look back at the stuff I was saying and stuff. Like, I was very young-minded and I was insecure over him because the trust was gone. When the trust gone, I don't trust you, so I'm accusing you. Then he used to accuse me. I'll do little videos on TikTok or whatever. He used to get mad at a video, a picture, anything I used to post, as if I'm doing him wrong when he was doing stuff on the side. I will find things in his phone and him talking to cougars, all type of ages. And I'm just like, but you talk about me. And then it's just crazy, like, how we started off. I met him through my sister, boyfriend, family, and then he stayed with me and my mama. Really, I never thought she would do this, but she let out me and my sister boyfriend to move in. So my first relationship, the man, he moved in. His room and his cousin room was in the basement because my mama wasn't playing that. She said y'all gonna sleep in the basement, but they was helping with the rent. So I didn't see no side of him until after my mom moved to Florida, and then I stayed. When my mama left, I wanted to stay for my boyfriend. I didn't want to leave him, so we moved with his cousin. Then it was bumpy. Everything was good at first. Then I fought somebody in his family there. Then we moved to his stepmama house. Then he was just very abusive and traumatizing, and it was just so crazy mentally and physically. I've been through so much with him, and it's been so much blood, sweat, and tears being with him. Like, it's a lot. Like, when I look back and think about it, it be making me want to cry, but I'm not even gonna cry. Like, I've been traumatized, and it's times, it's stuff I never told anyone. Like, I could have lost my life. I'm not, it's a story for another video, like me being in a domestic relationship, like, with a guy who was crazy, and not to beat him down, talk down on him, but he was putting his hands on me because, ain't gonna lie, I speak my mind, I'm gonna say what I say, but I don't intentionally mean to provoke a man, because that wasn't my intention. I was still just young-minded, you know, like, I'm very blunt, so it's stuff I'll say that he did not like, and shit, he'll say stuff I didn't like either, but I ain't just hitting him. I only hit him one time first, and that's when we first got together. I slapped him because he must have said something disrespectful to me, because I'm not just gonna put my hands on a man. It was the only sign I hit him first. So when my mama moved, I started seeing his true colors, and we was house to house with his family. We just been through so many blood, sweat, and tears together. Like, his family was telling him, what you see in that little girl, you putting holes in the wall. He was really in love with me. He was a good man at first until he started getting very abusive and being a narcissist. Like, he would not want me to treat him a certain way, but he would be treating me a certain way. You feel me? Nah, just because I'm young don't mean that's okay. And then when you with somebody who's older than you, they're gonna always think they right, and that's just not the case. So sometimes it might not work out. So I just been through a lot with him. My family loved him at first. He met my grandma, my mom, my sisters, all my family. And when he started putting his hands on me, of course, what family would be okay and like a person after they're abusing someone they love? Like, I don't care. Just like his family stopped liking me over things they heard I'll be saying about him. But at the end of the day, people are gonna argue in a relationship. Hold on. So anyway, that's that. That's the rundown on being with him. Oh my God, this is just so much. So anyway, we ended up moving from that apartment. I moved twice. After the apartment I moved to with Jay, when he was coming, he stopped coming. I got back with Unknown. Then we moved. Then we officially just broke up. Like, it wasn't the same anymore. He would leave. I'll be calling him like, where you at? Then I'll get a feeling he's doing something. And then he did something with this girl. I ate at the same table with her. Like, I couldn't believe that she would link up with my first love. And I was telling her how much we was, hold on. I was telling her everything I've been through with him. Clearly, I really loved him. Why would you go behind my back and talk to him after I let you come to my house? After your sister did what she did to you, I let her come over the same house. I let her come over. She tried to pick up my first love from me, and that really hurt my feelings. And I told her how I feel. You hurt my feelings, and I really loved you, and I just cannot look at her the same. She apologized, but I forgave her and keep my distance. Like, we're not into it, but I just keep my distance after that. I don't feel any way no more, but it's just like, it's no stress no more, so it's no friendship. I'm already past it, but that shit crazy. That's why I don't trust people, because you think a motherfucker won't fuck. You think a female won't F your man, but they will. Just because you got a good heart, you wouldn't do it, which I have a good heart. I'm down to earth. I wouldn't do nothing like that I wouldn't want nobody to do to me. That's just the same. But anyway, one day I'm on Instagram Live. I was kind of still depressed about me and breaking up. I kept trying to get him to come over and help me move, because he was working at a moving job for years, like since we got together. He kept coming up with excuses not to help me. I was just so depressed at that time. I don't know. I was just so sad. So I ain't even started doing my lip liner. So anyway, I was on Instagram Live one day and Jay popped on my stuff. He used to always find ways to contact me. I'm telling y'all, he was obsessed with me. So I used to kind of do him luggage. So we were best friends. We was like family. We used to do everything together, eat together, watch comedies together, crinkle our toes together. Like, he was so funny. Like, that's another thing I love about my baby father. Now that he's my baby father, he's so funny. That what made this connection like this. But he was a freaky man. It's back to the story that I was talking about. So anyways, when Jay got on my live and disappeared on my Instagram live, I was very depressed that day. And I just went live, you know, Instagram. So he got on my live and I'm just like, how did you get here? You a stalker for real. How did you get here? So he was just smiled up, happy to see me. Like, he was just so in love with me. So I was just like, what you doing? Like, he wanted to come over. He said 30 minutes, hung up the live. I'm like, yeah, he ain't waste no time. So he came over. That's the day I got pregnant, I think, because we used protection, but he pulled it off. And he was a minute man. 30 seconds into it, damn. So he always used to didn't last. I'm just like, ugh. But it was good. I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, let's say I feel like I got pregnant, but I didn't know any of that. So anyways, after that, I was already talking to somebody else after Unknown, and I really broke up. So me and him was talking, and he intentionally inside me. So I'm thinking like, okay, I know he's the baby daddy. This is the person I was talking to. Just because me and my best friend slipped up and did it that one time, he can't be. You feel me? Because we only seen each other every blue moon, so I'm thinking like, he can't be. So anyway, fast forward, I go to Florida. I find out, and I'm going to tell the story when I just found out I was pregnant. I'm going to put this all in one video instead of just doing separate videos. So I was just so depressed, like I had to move. I lost my apartment. My friend was like, you can stay with me, move all your stuff with me. Like, she was looking out for me. So I moved with her, moved my whole bedroom, sat in her studio apartment. That was so nice of her. So I just, after a couple days later, I was just so depressed, crying to my mama, like, I lost my apartment. I don't know what to do. Like, it's just rough. So my mama, she was like, girl, you can come out here. You straight with me. Like, my mama booked my ticket, and I went to Florida. I don't like airplanes, but I went to Florida. So anyway, I get to Florida. I see my mom. She picked me up from Orlando. I go to Florida. So I had a good time. I went to the beach the same day. I went to Florida with my mom, and you know, we had a great time. So I was feeling like lightheaded that day, but I didn't stay too much. So the next day we went to the dollar store, and my period was 3 days late, and I was thinking like, I wasn't thinking nothing. But I got a pregnancy test anyway. I was not expecting for this to happen. So anyway, I get to the house. I'm on the phone with my sister, Tori, and she just asking me stuff like, because I missed my period, she asking me stuff like, is this happening? Is this happening? I'm like, yeah, but I didn't think I was. So anyway, because I just didn't think it was going to happen at that time. So anyway, I take the test, and she told me to plop my camera up. I plopped my camera up. Took the test, I showed her it, and I read it to her, and she was like, bitch, and I was like, what? I looked at the test, and it had 2 lines. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was just so flabbergasted. Like, I was like, I just couldn't believe it. So my mom was in the kitchen cooking. She was cooking subs and stuff for us. I went in the kitchen. I was like, Mom, I just found out that I'm pregnant. And she was happy. Like, she was just so happy. And then that's crazy, because when I found out I was pregnant, I think it was before Mother's Day or something. And she was like, I got my gift already. And she was so happy. And she told me she had a dream of somebody having a girl. Usually it do be true, a family member have a dream of something like that, and a fish. You know, we was so grown up. Didn't think nothing of it. So I'm thinking I'm having a boy this whole time. I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, I find out I'm pregnant. Robert, we ended up talking on the phone. He found out I was in Florida, and he said I'm trying to be a HOE, and he depressed, and how I don't care about him. He was saying so much. And I said, I left Florida because we was just still going through it, but we was on the rear edge of breaking up. That was the last good argument we had of being together. A couple weeks later, I told a couple people in the family. It ended up getting back to his I said his name. it ended up getting back to, even if I say his name, it's fine. Like, it's just fine. Like, don't mind me. I'm going to keep saying unknown, even though I said unknown's name. It ended up getting back to unknown. And he found out I was pregnant, it was over with. Like, he was done because we tried to have kids for a long time since we've been together. And I knew it wasn't me, but I'm not going to talk about that part. But we tried to have a baby throughout our whole relationship. And we said we was going to name our child Aaliyah. I always loved that name, and I named my baby that. And to this day, he felt the way, but regardless of me and him didn't have a kid, my first kid name was still going to be Aaliyah. But anyway, he found that out, and he was done with me. Like, I ain't gonna lie, he was done. Like, that drew the line. Like, I feel like that's when he officially just moved on with another girl. He got in a relationship, like, a couple months after. Whew. Anyway, back to the story. So, I know I be going on and on, ranting on and on, but it's just, my life is just like a movie, y'all. So, I ended up telling the guy that I was talking to, I'm going to call him K, the one that I was talking to after me and Unknown officially broke up. He went to jail when I was in Florida. We was talking before, but he was in like rehab or something, so he could get his phone only like twice a week or something. So I already told him, like, when I took the test that I'm pregnant, he might be the father. And we did the calculation, and I'm like, yes, he's the father. Like, this, we did this a month ago, you're the father. But how pregnancy worked, it worked completely different. Like, it was 2 weeks. They said I was 4 weeks and 6 days. So I'm thinking, like, okay, that was the last person that I had sex with. Well, he wasn't the last person I had sex with, but he inside me. So I'm like, okay. And me and my best friend, we did it once. We used time. So I'm thinking, like, okay, it's not him. We only did it once, and we wasn't even supposed to do that. But you know how it is. We're grown. It was just what. So anyway, he was happy. I told him there was a possibility from the get-go, like, he might be the father. But I did have sex with another guy. Well, my best friend. I told him I did have sex with my best friend. So he understood everything. So that whole summer, you know, he knew it was a possibility. He was talking and saying, I'm still going to be there for the child no matter what, even if I am not the father. He said that he was still going to be there just in case he is the father, so he could say that he was there. So I was like, okay, cool. As soon as I have my baby, we're going to get the test. Then at first we was looking up ways to get the DNA test while I was pregnant, but that was dangerous because they was going to have to go through my belly button or something like that, and I wasn't feeling that. So we just waited till I had my baby. So fast forward, he ended up getting in a relationship while he was in jail. Well, after he got out of jail. I guess I didn't hold him down. But hey, I'm not holding nobody down who I'm really not official with. Like, I don't know, because we were still in the talking stage. So he took the one he been dealing with, and that's cool with me, baby, because I already still had something going on. So when I was in Florida, I called my best friend and I told him that I was pregnant, and he was like, you better do your homework, like, I might be the baby father. And I'm thinking, like, because y'all know he was obsessed with me, and I'm thinking, like, no, stop playing with me, like, you not the baby father. Like, I was so mad, like, real shit, like, this ain't even a joke, like, I'm not even laughing. You laughing, but I'm not laughing. So I hung up on him because I was highly disappointed. Like, what do you mean do my homework? That to this day is in my head. Like, he trapped me and he knew what he was doing, and he be telling me I trapped you. I knew what I was doing. I wanted to make you my baby mama, and I really believe that. Ain't no playing, joking. No, he knew what he was doing. Because I always used to make sure we use protection no matter what. I didn't play that. So he definitely trapped me. But hey, I love my daughter down, like, no regrets. Anyway, so fast forward, it started getting to the end of my pregnancy. So Kay, the one I was talking to, we used to talk about everything when he was in jail. I had my gender reveal, which I posted on my TikTok back in 2024. My gender reveal was like in August, and he was upset because he couldn't come, but everything does happen for a reason. But I didn't really get the video shot him while he was in jail. So yeah, that's how that went, and he was very upset. But my whole pregnancy, I was talking to him about everything because I'm really having high hopes that he's the father, because that's the man I was having sex with multiple times, and that's the man that I was talking to. So of course I'm gonna really think it's you out of a person I only did it with once, and that wasn't even supposed to happen. So like, you feel me? Of course I'm gonna think that. So anyway, my stomach bloated. Anyways, this is a long story. I ended up having to get induced because my baby wasn't growing fast enough in the inside. So they said, we have to induce you. She's 4 pounds. She's healthy and everything, but she'll grow faster by you getting induced. So at first I was scared when they told me my baby was 4 pounds. Every day I'll make sure I go get checkups and stuff, and my blood pressure started getting high, like preeclampsia, and I don't play that. So that's another reason why I had to get induced. So they induced me. My due date was January 13th, and they induced me. When did they induce me? They induced me December 23rd, but I had my daughter December 26th, the day after Christmas at 9:15, and I'm gonna post a video of my process, my labor process after this. So after that, I'm sorry, people keep calling me, but yeah, so I ended up telling him. His girlfriend picked him up after that, and I was told she was so happy in that car because I had somebody I knew outside who be sitting outside my house. She stayed up there, and he said the girl in the car was happy. I bet she was. But anyway, so he went to Facebook. That's why I knew not to send it to him, because he's messy. And I'd rather just tell him in person anyway. I don't want anyone in my business, even though he made a post and said these females, you know, what they done, etc., etc. When the whole time, how did I know what I was doing? Me and you both thought the child was ours. I didn't know what I was doing because I've been told him that it was a possibility. I've been keeping it real with him from the jump. I just had high hopes for him being a father because that's the man I was doing it with multiple times. The only man. Only did it with my best friend once. So my best friend, I called him like, did you check your email? He on the phone. Mind you, him and his little did just got back together. He like, pop, real loud. I'm like, oh. Nigga, we both feeling the same way. Because I did not know. And I get to looking at my daughter as my sister holding her, and I'm like, she definitely looked like this man. She has his eyes, like I just started seeing it. It started making sense when I'm looking at my baby. I'm like, she do look like him. So anyway, everything shifted from best friend to baby father. And after that, we started co-parenting because he got in a relationship. And I did feel away when he got in a relationship because he was around me my whole pregnancy. We was best friends. We wasn't together, but we were best friends. So I'm thinking like, I know he gonna be there for me because he was there for me when I was pregnant while being best friends. So we ended up getting with someone, and she sent me a friend request, and me and her got into it real bad. And it just was so messy after that, but I started to accept it because regardless, I'm not going to be keeping my daughter from her father. I wasn't bitter, even though I felt the way about the decision he made when I had my daughter, which we both did not plan my daughter. It just happened, and it was bound to happen if we was sexually active as best friends. So anyway, after that, we were co-parenting. I was with my daughter over there, but me and her was into it, his girlfriend. And of course we was into it over him. I knew nothing about her because he was around me my whole pregnancy. But whatever they had going on, I knew he was still doing him because I was doing me. We wasn't even in a relationship, but I was the one he was with every day. So I didn't know he had anybody like that on the side, so I wasn't expecting him to just jump in a relationship when I had my daughter. But that's the person he was with for like years, like how I was with my ex. And then I do feel like it's a little karma for how I was doing him when I was not obsessed, but I was still tied to my ex when I met him, and he was so obsessed with me. I feel like it's a little karma, but it's like I wasn't trying to be in a relationship with my best friend. Even after I had my daughter, I just wanted him to be around me every day like he was while I was pregnant, and I didn't expect for him to have a relationship. So I'm like, excuse me, y'all, don't mind that. So yeah, me and him got into it, and he was just being very bogus. He wasn't being bogus, ain't no way, but he was taking care of my daughter. He stepped up. But now that he ain't with her, he clocking what I'm doing. So now it's like he worried about everything that I'm doing. We not together just because I'm your baby mama. Don't mean that this is your cootie cat. Okay? He feel like that's my baby mama forever. You can't do nothing. Boy, what? When you was in a relationship, I still respected that and was co-parenting with you. And now you want to be outside because I'm outside. Like you low-key competing with me. So it's just a lot. And it was toxic the first year of him becoming my baby father. We were trying to be together. Then we broke up. Then it was just toxic. We wasn't together after that. We was in survival mode, having a baby. We was just best friends. Now we have a whole daughter. So it was just so crazy that whole year, last year of 2025. And so now I was doing things, he was doing things, and he started getting crazy, finding out things that I did with another man. But it's like we wasn't together, but we was dealing with each other. He was still messing with his ex. Me and his ex ended up getting like this. I'm gonna do another story on that. That was, she damn near was like finna be my best friend. Like we started getting so close, and then like she was literally telling me how she didn't care about him anymore, like she don't want him anymore. And then we was into it real bad at first, and then we eventually got close because of a phone call. She happened to call me because he called her from my text now number, trying to call her because he seen me doing something, so he was trying to call her. So she called me back. I'm like, who is this? You know who this is? I said, I don't know who this is because I didn't call you. He called you off my stuff, but who is this? And she like, it's so that's how who she was. And we just locked in because she started telling me some personal things. And I'm a girl's girl, so I was here for it. And we just started talking everything out after getting to school. But we was in school real bad, like enemies bad, finna fight bad. So everyone was shocked that we got close and was thinking it was weird. But hey, on the outside, on my behalf, I'm thinking like we breaking generational curses. Usually females be in competition, being too over men. I didn't really care being too over her about him, even though he was my baby father. I didn't really want him in the beginning, you know? And she said the same stuff. She didn't want him in the beginning, blah, blah. But we're not going to get too much into them. But we're talking about my story, and I'm going to share my story if I want. This is part of it. This video is not to bash anyone. It's not to speak badly on nobody at all. This is just me telling my story. And I'm not trying to include no names, but I'm just keeping it real. So anyway, so now everything is how it is. We tried to be in a relationship and be a family, but it's like he's just not acting right for me to want to be a family. And it's like we were so close. He was my best friend. We both, like, he was rooting for me. He was supporting me with everything, like my platform, me being an influencer. He was always on my side. But it's like not on his baby mother. It's a lot of hate. It's a lot of jealousy, contacting my mom about what I was doing when he was doing him as well. Like, he was doing him and kept going back to his ex that he was stuck on. So worried about me going back to my ex that I couldn't get enough of when he did want me. He like, I really wanted you in the beginning. I was doing all this. And basically, I crushed him. And he couldn't be the same. But it's just like, I understand that, but people gotta understand, like, when you in love with somebody, like, I was really in a dark place. Like, that's why I kept going back to him, because I was used to him. That's the man I was with when I was down there, like, coming from a teenager. So I was just so, you know, connected to him. Like, we had soul ties. That's what it felt like. But now, when I have my daughter, and started feeling, you could feel when the soul ties break, like you can't feel with that person, if that person thinking about you no more. I used to feel when he thinking about me, if he doing something, I don't feel none of that no more. That's how I know the soul tie is like gone. But it's kind of still a connection to where I know I be on his mind. We've been through a lot together. Like, I shared a lot of blood, sweat, and tears with that man. And I love him a lot. Like, I used to always think, like, how am I going to ever get over him and break up with him? And then, like, it took for me to have a baby, too. Because the relationship wasn't healthy. But at a point in time, our relationship did start out to be healthy. And we was together, and everyone loved us together until we started being toxic. And I'm not here to bash him, but he really traumatized me, and I'm gonna tell my story in another video, y'all. And that is how my best friend became my baby father. Now we're working on co-parenting, and things just still messy. But me and the ex he had, we ended up falling out. It was a lot of tension. It was a lot of intentional tension between the two of us by me venting to her about him, because I felt comfortable to vent to her if she was telling me and swearing up and down she didn't want him. So I felt very comfortable to vent to her about him. And then it was just like, that was the person she was with. So she, even if she said she didn't care, I don't know. It was still just a tension between the two. But we wanted to be friends, but it just like didn't work out. And it was just a misunderstanding. Like I said, I'm still working on things with myself, but I know how to be a friend. I'm a great friend. I would love to be my own friend. I really be in love with my friends. Like, I'm rooting for my friends. There's never no hidden agendas or hate with me. I don't like to hate on my friends to be jealous of my friends. Like, what? Everybody knows me to know that I'm very down to earth. And I'm not perfect, but I'm very real. I could come off aggressive, but that's just me being blunt. And we just seen two different sides of perspective of things. I would think she's being serious, and she felt like she couldn't be herself, walking on eggshells with me because I took things seriously. But it's like we was still getting to know each other. Like, you know, that's just like with other friends. Like, some of my friends do stuff that I don't really like, but it's like not in a way to where I can't grow with them. You feel me? Like, if a motherfucker really my friend, I'm gonna grow with them no matter what. Like, we gonna bump heads. Real friends is gonna bump heads. You're gonna be bound to, bump heads. But sometimes people just have their reasons to just disconnect from you anyways, because we already was dealing with the same man. And I just feel like a lot of people got in the eras of the situation, but I don't care what anyone think. Genuinely, like, I was really her friend, and I really loved her as a friend. And like I said, like, it's crazy how we became friends, but I was genuinely all in, told this girl my business, came to her house, all type of shit. So it's like, excuse me if I can't cuss. So it's just like, I'm not finna be nobody friends to get back and make sure they don't take the nigga. None of that, because me and him still wasn't together after that. We were trying to be together, it just was not working out. Then he would still blow her phone up and she would tell me. I wouldn't get mad, I would appreciate that she told me that. And it was just times I feel like, is she saying this to make me mad, or is she saying this to be there for me and update me? Because I did have to question at a point of time, because it started to get like he was telling me one thing, so me and her won't be friends. He hated that me and her was close. He used to think it was so weird, thinking we both trying to get cool with each other just for him. And it's not even that. It wasn't even fan, none of that. It's just like, it's not like we just forced ourselves to be cool with each other. It just happened. Everything happens for a reason. But he got in the way. It was like a triangle. He was saying things. I'm going back telling her he said this to make sure it's not true. Or did she say this about me? Just asking, because I'm a very upfront person. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. And, some people can't deal with that. Like, I'm going to make sure that I let how I feel out. And he would say things like, she was doing this, she was calling me, and I'd be like, he said you was doing this. Like, if we friends, like the person she was dealing with was even saying, if y'all friends, you shouldn't be talking to her baby daddy, even though that y'all was together for 8 years. It was just so messy, but she was swearing up and down she didn't want him. So it's like, why would you even be calling him if you didn't want him? But I'm not your friend just so you not talk to him, because he's easy. He will talk to anybody. I don't have hidden agendas. That's very weird to me, to be somebody's friend just so they won't talk to the nigga. Like, I even told her, even if y'all was to get together, I would still be your friend. That's how you know it's not about no dick. It's not about no penis. I put that to the side and was your friend genuinely as for a person, and we both were supposed to exclude him out of it, but he kept getting in it. He kept telling her stuff, telling me stuff. Then it was when I went to see her, something that happened between me and her got brought back to him, and I never even told him. And I'm like, how do he know that? Why are you telling him that about me as if I'm just down bad? And I'm thinking like, hold on, and she apologized and took accountability for it, but that was like a red flag, because it made me think like, I never talked about this girl behind her back, only when we was into it. Why would you tell him personal things that happened when I went out there to see you and we had girls like it was just weird. Like, why would you tell him that if you don't want him anymore and don't talk to him? So it just made me think like it was a plot. No matter what anyone say, people probably got in her ear saying, you don't gotta be cool with her anyway. Why would I be cool with you just in case you want to get him back? Even if she want him or don't want him, it was just seem like it's a tension, and it gave I'ma just not be her friend anyway. We need to be friends anyway because we was messing with the same man. Like, that's what it was giving. But her reason was, it was just, I was feeling like I couldn't be myself around you and all this. It's giving you waited until another argument to say how you really feel. Don't that mean that you've been feeling a way about me, but you just waited and then boom. Now it's a problem and you pull on a friendship. I'm not begging no female to be my friend at all. I will never do that, because why would I beg anyone to be my friend? I know it's your loss and I'm a good person regardless. I don't need to, I don't have any hidden agendas like to want to be a girlfriend that bad, So I just respected that. I talked it out with her. I tried to reach out and give it a break first after the tension. We had a little disagreement. I have disagreements with my sisters, my friends. Like, it just gave, okay, this happened. I'm going to make that the reason why we don't talk no more anyway, because just have a reason to because of the man, even though it's not going to come off like that. Change their number. Stop talking to me. Like, you're not hurting me. I don't know if you think you're hurting him. But regardless, it don't matter. Even if you was talk back to him now that we not friends, I wouldn't care. But it just definitely make me think like, yeah, it was for the plot. I told you all my personal business. She was telling me some of her business, but it's just like, if you genuinely wanted to be a personal friend and you didn't care about the nigga, you would have still forgave your friend, just like you forgive niggas for shit, just like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Just like you took friends back that you fell out with, not as bad, because it wasn't no fallout. We just had a disagreement. I done had disagreements with 5+ years friends, but we still close as hell to this day, because real recognize real, and we not finna fall out over no misunderstanding. We grown as hell. We could talk like adults and resolve it and work and grow with each other as a friendship. But some people don't do that, and that's fine. Some people gonna go about it how they go about it and lose you because they want to. So that's cool and dandy. So me and him ended up just saying, we're just gonna co-parent. You got too much going on with your baby and your ex, and that's how everything should be. So now he's my baby father, and it's going how it's going. You know how it is. Whew. And that is how my best friend became my baby father, and how his ex and I became close, and it went left. It was like a whole triangle, unprovoked. And subscribe for part 2 if y'all want to hear about part 2, because there's so much juiciness to this story that I got to say. So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Ari the Real Brats. Yeah, big booty Ree. Kari with a big booty. That big booty. Like, you